In Italy, you need a whole pig to make porchetta. I have a streamlined version using pork chops. For this recipe, it's really important to get nice, thick pork chops. These are about 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna pat them dry, and then I'm gonna cut a little pocket in them. And that pocket is where all that good porchetta seasoning is gonna go. Get your sharpest paring knife for this, because if the knife isn't sharp enough, it's not gonna go into the pork. And you wanna start on the fat side, about halfway in the middle there, and just go across. And that's it. And then you do the same thing on your other chop. I think one of the things that sets chefs cooking apart from, home cooks is that we don't season our meats enough. We just think, oh, it's gonna be too salty, but it's not. Be really generous. Make sure to season inside the pocket because you want that to be nice and salty too. And then if you can, let your meat sit for about 10 minutes, even up to a half an hour with the salt on it. It just helps it penetrate and then it'll cook more evenly. What makes a porchetta, in part, is the seasonings. It's the herbs, it's the garlic, it's the lemon, and it's the fennel. So I've got fennel fronds here. This is just the green, fluffy part on top of a fennel. I've cut them off. You can use the fennel bulb for something else, save it for another recipe, or make it into a salad to serve on the side. I'm using all these little very fine, thin green bits here, the leaves, but I'm also going to use the tender stems because those add great flavor and they'll just chop right up. I'm looking for about 2 tablespoons, but you can eyeball it. And then I'm also using rosemary. Rosemary is a favorite in Italy. It's a favorite in porchetta. And I have fennel seeds right here. I've just given them a light crack with a mortar and pestle. Red chili flakes, all of the red chili flakes. This is the zest of 1 lemon. I've finely grated it. And garlic mashed to a paste with a little bit of salt. And just enough olive oil to kind of bind everything together, about 1 tablespoon. And mix it all up. Use your hands for this because you're about to use your hands to stuff it into the pockets, so no point in dirtying a spoon. And then just stuff the pocket that you made with your nice herb mixture. This, by the way, is a great technique for any kind of stuffing. If you like spinach and cheese, you could stuff it in your pork chop, seasoned breadcrumbs, mushrooms. And then I'm gonna rub just a little of this on the outside. Heat up a large oven-proof skillet over high heat. Add some olive oil, let it heat up. Then sear the pork chops for about 5 minutes per side or until they're golden brown. Put the skillet in the oven and cook them until they're just done. 135 on a meat thermometer. These are done. Took about 5 minutes in the oven and they are gorgeous. I could make a sauce out of all those beautiful brown bits on the bottom of the pan, but I don't even need to because this porchetta has so much flavor. Let them sit for a couple of minutes, about 10 minutes to reabsorb all the juices, and these should be just about there. I'm gonna just put them on a cutting board instead of plates just because it's a pretty way to serve them. I could pour a little bit of this yummy juice right on top. Let people just squeeze lemon on top if they want it to be extra lemony, and then just for a little bit of color, and also this gives a clue to what's inside. Fennel. Porchetta style pork chops. They've got all the garlicky, herbal flavor of a real Italian porchetta, but you don't have to round up a whole pig.